Feel bad for taking the treasure Operation discovered. Precious is just going to have to understand. Can't let Zakrisos nor the information that he was buried here out to the public. It could be... What is that? That pressure behind my eyes. Something feels wrong here. What is this? This dark presence. What are you? What? What's happening? No! What happened? Where am I? What? You again. Where have you taken me, Mora?
This is Apocrypha, where all knowledge is hoarded.
What?
Saved to the thirst for knowledge in the endless stacks of my library. If you tire of the search, read your book again. To return to your mortal life. For a time, the learner of Apocrypha will call you back. It is your fate.
I'll say it again. I am not your puppet. Now leave, Deidre! Damn it. Deidre and their tricks. This place is trying to kill me. Bro, I'm going to need your strength. Paper everywhere. Everything smells like old, musty books. What are you? Damn it! There's two of them! Damn it. Lord Deidre? I've never encountered anything like them before. What the hell is this? Ugh. Doors open. Like the looks of this. That font. Ugh. Had magic flow into me. This must be here to keep his prisoners locked away. The energy to keep on going. Damn it! Another! Step out of my way! Damn it! Not this time. No. Lies at the end of this corridor. Sense something up ahead. Another one of those fonts. It's stronger. It's like the Earthstone. Damn it! What is that? Damn it! What the hell is this thing? We're gonna need fire breath's gonna do much. Do we have? Ooh, actually, doubts. We have something called dragon aspect now. Potions. Take that. FF. Use that. Alright. Now, shouts will do drain. Vitality. There we go. Nice. Alright! Oh! Take that! That new shout did prove quite handy. Feels like I have a dragon soul swarming into my body every second. It's incredible. Now, what do we have up here? A thing that senses like the Earthstone. Blocked off from me. Ugh. What's this? Words and philosophy. So, I'm gonna flavor this as Jin using the power of the other Dragonborns that he is tapping into to be able to read them. Lady Bennock's Words and Philosophy. Lady Elena Bennock, former master of the Valiant Fighters Guild and head of the Emperor's personal guard in the Imperial City, has been leading a campaign to reacquaint the soldiers of Tamriel with the sword. I met with her on 3 different occasions for the purposes of this book. First time was at her suite palace on the balcony overlooking the gardens below. I was early for the interview, which had taken me 6 months to arrange, but she gently chided me for not being even earlier. I've had time to put up my defenses now, she said, her bright green eyes smiling. Lady Bennock, a Bosmer, a wood elf, and like her ancestors took to the bow in her early years. She excelled at the sport, and by the age of 14 she had joined the hunting party of her tribe as a jackspur, a long-distance shooter. During the Black Year of 396, when the Reek tribe began their rampage through the southeastern Valenwood with the aid of ours from the Somerset Isle, Lady Bennock fought the feudal battle to keep her tribes. I killed someone for the first time when I was 16. It says now. I don't remember it very well. He or she was just a blur on my horizon when I aimed my bow. It was meant no more to me than shooting animals. I probably killed 100 people like that during that summer and fall. It didn't really feel like a killer until that wintertide when I learned what it was like to look into a man's eyes as he spilled his blood. It was a scout from the Dereek tribe who surprised me while I was on camp watch. We surprised each other, I suppose. I had my bow at my side and I just panicked, trying to string an arrow when he was half a yard away from me. The only thing I knew to do. Of course, he struck first with his blade and I just fell back in shock. You always remember the mistakes of your first victim. His mistake was assuming because he had drawn blood and I had fallen, that I was dead. I rushed at him the moment he turned from me towards the sleeping camp of my tribesmen. He was caught off guard and I wrestled his blade away from him. I don't know how many times I stabbed at him. By the time I stopped, when next watch came to relieve me, my arms were black and blue with strain. There was not a solid piece of them left. I literally cut him to pieces, you see. I had no concept of how to fight or how much it took to kill a man. Lady Bennock, aware of this deficiency in her education, began teaching herself swordsmanship at once. You can't learn how to use a sword in Vader, it says.
Which isn't to say Bosmer can't use blades, but they're largely self-taught. As much as it hurt when my tribe found itself homeless and pushed to the north, it did have one good aspect. It afforded me the opportunity to meet the Red Guards. Studying all manners of weapon wielding under the tutelage of Wade Akor, Lady Bannock excelled. She became a freelance adventurer, traveling through the wilds of southern Hammerfell and northern Valenwood, protecting caravans and visiting dignitaries from the various dangers indigenous to the population. Unfortunately, before we were able to pursue her story of her early years any further, Lady Bannock was called away, urgent summons from the Emperor. Such is often the case with the Imperial Guard, and these troubled times perhaps more so than the past. When I tried to contact her for another talk, her servants informed me that her mistress was in Skyrim. Another month passed, and I visited her suite. I was told she was in High Rock. To her credit, Lady Bannock actually sought me out for a second interview at sun's dusk of that year. I was in a tavern in the city called the Blood and Rooster when I felt her hand on my shoulder. She sat down at the rude table and continued her tale as if it had never been interrupted. She returned to the theme of her days and adventure and told me about the first time she ever felt confident with a sword. I owned at that time an enchanted daikatana, quite a good one, Daedric metal. It wasn't an original Akaviri, not even by design, but I didn't have that kind of... It did, however, serve my primary purpose of delivering as much damage with as little effort on my part as possible. Akor had taught me how to fence, but when faced with a life-or-death situation, I always fell back on the old overhand wallop. A pack of orcs had stolen some gold from a chieftain in Metatea, and I went looking for them in one of the ubiquitous dungeons that dot the countryside in that region. There were the usual rats and giant spiders, and I was enough of a veteran by then to dispatch them with relative ease. The problem came when I found myself in a pitch-black room. All around me I heard the grunts of the orcs rearing in. I waved my sword around me, connecting with nothing, hearing the footsteps coming ever nearer. Somehow I managed to hold back my fear and remember the simple exercises Master Akor had taught me. I listened, stepped sideways, swung, twisted, stepped forward, swung a circle, turned around, sidestepped, swung. Instinct was right. The orcs had gathered in a circle around me, and when I found a light, I saw that they were all dead. That's when I focused on the study of swordsmanship. I'm quite stupid enough to require a near-death experience to see the practical purposes, you see. Lady Bannock spent the remainder of the interview responding in her typically blunt way to the veracity of various myths that surrounded her and her career. It was true that she became the master of the Fighters Guild after winning a duel with the former master, who was a stooge of the Imperial Battle Mage, the traitor Yegar Thawne. It was not true that she was the one responsible for the Valenwood Guild's disintegration 2 years later, however. Actually, the membership in the Valenwood chapter was healthy, but Tamriel overall the mood was not conducive for the continued existence of a non-partisan organization of freelance warriors. It was true that she first came to the Emperor's attention when she defended Queen Akathiri of Sentinel from a Breton assassin. It was not true that that assassin was hired by someone in the High Court of Daggerfall. She says wryly, that has never been proven. It was also true that she married a former servant, Erkin, after he'd been in her service no more than 11 years. No one knows how to keep my weaponry honed like he does, she says. It's practical business. I either had to give him a raise or marry him. The only story I asked her, which she would not admit nor refute, was the one about Calaxes, the Emperor's bastard. When I brought up the name, she shrugged, professing no knowledge of the affair. I pressed on with the details of the story. Calaxes, though not on the line for succession, had been given the Archbishopric of the One. Powerful position in the Imperial City, and indeed all over Tamriel, where that religion is honored. Whispering began immediately that Calaxes believed that the gods were angered with the secular governments of Tamriel and the Emperor specifically. It was even said that Calaxes advocated full-scale rebellion to establish theocracy over the Empire. It's certainly true, I pressed on, that the Emperor's relationship with Calaxes had become very stormy, and that legislation had been passed to limit the Church's authority. That is, up until the moment when Calaxes disappeared, suddenly, without notice from his closest friends. Many said that Lady Monarch and the Imperial Guard assassinated the Archbishop Calaxes in the sacristy of his church. The date usually given was 29th of Sun's Dusk, 3E 398. Of course, responds Lady Monarch with one of her mysterious grins. I don't need to tell you that the Imperial Guard's position is as protectors of the not assassins. But surely no one is more trusted than that guard. Such a sensitive operation, I say carefully. Lady Monarch acknowledges that, but merely says that such details of her duties must remain a secret, as a matter of imperial security. Unfortunately, her ladyship had to leave early the next morning. The Emperor had business down south. Of course, I couldn't be told more specifics. She promised to send me word when she returned so we could continue our interview. As it turned out, I had business of my own in the Somerset Isle, compiling a book on the Sigic Order. It was therefore with surprise that I met her ladyship 3 months later in Firsthold. We managed to get away with our respective duties and complete the third and final interview, a walk along the Desetto, the great river that passes through the royal parks of the city. Steering away from questions of her recent duties and assignments, which I guessed rightly she was loath to answer, I returned to the subject of sword fighting. Brendar Hunding says, lists 38 grips, 750 offensive, and 1,800 defensive positions, and nearly 9,000 moves essential to sword mastery. The average hack and slasher knows one grip, used primarily to keep from dropping his blade. He knows one offensive position, facing his target, and one defensive position fleeing. The multitudinous rhythms and inflections of combat he knows less than. The ways the warrior were never meant to be the easiest. The archetype of the idiot fighter is solidarily ingrained as that of the brilliant wizard and the shrewd thief. It was not always so. The figure of the philosopher's swordsman, blade wielding against the creatures of the past, together with the sword singer of the Red Guards, said to be able to create and wield a blade, but with the power of his mind. The future of the intelligent blade, the wielder, looks bleak in comparison to the glories of the past. Not wanting to end our interviews on such a sour note, I pressed Lady Elena Bennock for advice for young blade swingers, such beginning there. When confronted with a wizard, she says, throwing petals of antheleaf into the seto, close the distance and hit him hard. That was nice. I thought that was going to be a bit more of a kind of story relevant book, but I'm happy with that all the same. That was really interesting. Yeah, that's really cool. So it sounded like at first that I guess there were Daedric daikatanas that people used. It sounded like she was describing the ebony blade at first, and I was like, oh, another ebony blade wielder. That's something important for Jin to read about, but it doesn't seem like it was the ebony blade. And also Calaxes, I wonder, was he assassinated by her, or was he assassinated by the Mythic Dawn? Perhaps not, since... well, who knows? The Mythic Dawn could have been assassinating people years up to that. I don't remember what year Oblivion takes. That's besides the point. Right now, I think it's time for Jin to take their...
Right. This font. Right. It has all of the same energy. It's the Earthstone. It seems this is the end of the little gauntlet that Mora set up for me. Tell me, what treasures have you left? It's more curious. Books. Any books. Seems I will be rewarded with knowledge. this. Same energy before, but it's massive. What secrets have this for me? Oh my. Let's choose the Augma Infinia. Onions. No longer will I ever have to worry about accidentally hurting the people around me. Yes. I think I will take that. Now, let's return Mondays. It was all real, not a hallucination. What is Mora doing? What connection does he have to Solstheim? All of this. Is he connected to Mirak? I wonder. Let's return this journal. And return Glover's pickaxe. Suppose. What is it?
Told him to just hand it over. Never did he listen? Oh no. He had to fight back.
Bandits? How many? 3 of them? I should be able to handle that.
They're picking pockets in Windhelm. Easy money. There's chance of an accident. Pay on me bounty this time. Walking the Raven Rock, free man.
Region. I just.
He's got your eyes, she says. Lying tramp, that brother. You picked a bad time to get
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Take this. My blade. Yeah.
Holy shit, I just jumped out of the way of that fucking arrow, dude. I just sidestepped him.
I'm gonna blade you.
I'm gonna fucking eat your dick in, dude. Oh, that was the wrong. That's why. Oh. Let's. Refill. Oh, bam.
Here we go. Yeah. May your soul find Aetherius. Bone mold.
Goodies behind. Take that. Death brand. Oh, that's the Archmage Deathbreak. Oh, I should probably read that then. Probably read that. That's not Skyrim. I'm pretty sure that is Dragon Ball. Oh my god, all these books, dude. All these books. Take them. Take them all. Knowledge. Dude, I better be able to build up a big library here. I don't remember if I can. I don't remember how many bookshelves I'll end up getting a hold of. Axeman. Confessions of a Dunmer Skoomer Eater, blah blah. Okay. Let's read that Deathbrand book. Nah, actually, we read one book today. We'll read that tomorrow.
Like those reavers were hiding in here, burning the bodies of the Nord dead so that they wouldn't be a problem. Dead high elves, Imperials. No good. No good. Right. Is it gonna lead back to the Raven Rock? Am I gonna have to run to Raven Rock? What? Oh. Alright. I'm sorry. You're going to have to be gone. No more of you.
Dunmer outfit, a red one. I want a blue one. Oh. Sujama, give me that Sujama. Am I now? Am I really? Prove it. Prove it. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? Bam. Look at that. Pretty sure he's gone. Look, Marin, I'm not arguing if these towers are falling to pieces, but I think you're exaggerating about the planks falling out. The board fall on somebody's head. You're gonna regret living, dude. I just fucking ended him. Oh my god. He survived that? He survived. He must have fallen in the water.
Can't do it from over there!
That Nern root. Lambs. Give me that. Alright. I think that's where we're gonna end this episode. Well, no. Let's go back to Gratian. Get back to Gratian real quick. Where is that guy? Where are you? Not how. Do it. Do a little bit stronger. Wrong side. Goodbye.
All right.
This is the first time they've like put like waves on the coast. They didn't do that in Skyrim. That looks nice. They didn't do it in Skyrim. This is Skyrim, but they didn't do it in the province of Skyrim, at least from what I saw. You don't see a lot of coastland. But it did look like the edges of the water in Skyrim were kind of stagnant.
Here it is. Right. Gratian's still in the mine, I believe.
Kyrelias. Precious. Quests. Bing bong. Hello.
Can I help you?
Gracious. Hello. It's me, Jin, from the mine.
You're back. Please, tell me what you found.
You were right all along. It seems they were trying to hide something I found.
Let me see that. Huh, I knew it. Gratian's death wasn't because of a rock fall. It was just a story to keep people away from the tombs. Now that I have his journal in hand, I can get some closure from the East Empire Company. Make them pay for lying to everyone.
Good luck with that. I'm glad you're able to get some peace out of this, Gracious.
Thank you. Now, I believe I owe you a little more than a debt of gratitude for all that work you did. Here, it's not much, but it's the best an old retired miner can do.
Why, thank you. Tell me, are there any other Imperials in Raven Rock?
Those cowards left decades ago. Every single damned one of them. The moment the ebony mine dried up, they pulled up stakes. Ridiculous.
Why?
Well, you know it as well as I do. Raven Rock Mine wasn't empty at all. It's still rich in ebony ore. I come from 3 generations of miners, and I couldn't get anyone to believe me. Well, we showed them, didn't we?
Right. Well, I'll talk to you a bit more later. I have business to attend to. Farewell.
Mark my words. Raven Rock isn't finished yet.
I'll have food ready soon. You need to eat.
You're too good to me, Aphia. I only wish I could remain with you longer.
It doesn't matter, my husband. Let's simply cherish the time we have for now.
And what will you do when I'm gone?
Then I'll simply have to fall in love with some other senile, grousing old fool.
I hope me and Mule end up like them one day. Now, let's return this pickaxe and get on with our investigations. Perhaps it would be best if I talked to Second Counselor Adriel.